What is good? It is I, main protagonist, and we are here today to do a movie review on The Joker. And I'm here with my main cast. Introduce yourselves.
It's MC Natan. You already know what it is.
This is Monty.
It's Kane Roller. You know I'm back. And the first thing I want to say, first thing I want to say about this movie, Super Rats.
Oh my gosh. This is a spoiler review, so if you did not get that, then I apologize. But this is a spoiler review. Warning you now.
It's going to say it in the title. If you can't read, it be like that sometimes.
I apologize for my friend. But we will get into this review correctly, and we will start by telling you what we liked about the movie individually, and we'll start with Natan.
So many things I liked about the movie. I'll do one thing because I feel like we all kind of have overlapping things that we like.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well said.
The acting was phenomenal. For me, there have been a lot of Jokers in the past where I've been like, okay, cool, we all kind of get who Joker is. We know he's crazy, everything like that. He wants to battle Batman. Everything like that is cool, and I love it. But Joaquin Phoenix took the role to a whole nother level. Like, not only does he have to play this, at the end, he kind of plays this, okay, we know the Joker's going to be crazy. This is how he's going to be set up for future movies. But he has to play the whole origin story for the Joker. To prepare, you can see, he gave his all in all to the role. He probably starved himself the way he looked. His ribs were poking out of his body, which I kind of,
He did not like it.
Yeah, that was not for me. But I did appreciate the full dedication that Joaquin gave to the Joker. He really brought this sense of, the Joker's really struggling, getting beat up, getting kicked by kids, probably super rats on the side, and then being able to, go through all those struggles and become the Joker we know and pretty much love at this point. So for him to take someone that everyone pretty much hated at the beginning to be someone we all pretty much love and understand was amazing. So great acting.
Okay, next we'll give the opinions of Kane Roller.
Alright. My favorite thing about this movie was the portrayal of, I don't know, how do you call it, the mental illness that he portrayed.
Oh, yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was magnificent.
That's a perfect way to put it.
When he was, like, everything that it was in his head, how we saw it, like him dating, what's her name, Zazie Beetz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seeing
how we saw him being insane.
We saw him the way he saw the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came crashing down, and he walked into her apartment, and she didn't know who he was, we were all so confused, like, what's going on? And then when they hit the flashback, we were like, yo, son, that's wild. Because, like, every single thing he imagined, and he was just talking to himself. That means he was talking to himself the entire time. Plus, the funniest part, he made out with the door. Probably made out with a super rat. Who knows? Who knows?
You're going to hear super rats throughout this whole video, most likely. I apologize. But, okay.
Mickey Mouse and Mickey the Rat.
Ratatouille.
Okay, next, we're going to let Monty say his piece on what he liked about the movie. One particular part.
One
particular area of the movie.
I mean, the area I have is all encompassing. You know what I'm saying? I love that it exists entirely. They went for it. They went for attempt or standalone, separate, try to give a gritty take to a movie, to a character. They went for it. Whether people liked it or not, they went for it. It's something experimental. I think it was successful. A lot of people didn't like it, but it made a lot of money at the box office. For the most part, it's a successful thing, and hopefully DC does a lot more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd say the best thing is Joaquin himself. The portrayal of the Joker, which the movie just is. It stands on it's on his back. He carries it
on his scrawny back.
It probably hurts.
Yes. But like our friend Natan said, is this dedication. Being a method actor, dedicated actor, committed actor.
Did fantastic.
And tackle this time, but yeah.
My like of this movie would have to be the scenery. I liked how the movie was very dark, but not just dark like concept wise, it was dark literally. Like when you normally see a movie, everything seems so bright and so like happy go lucky, but this movie looked like more realistic. Like you can see like there's not a lot of refining traits in everybody's faces. Everybody didn't look perfect. Everybody looked like normal human beings.
You would say the cinematography maybe.
Yes. Yes, because everybody looked real, and I could relate to everything that was going on. Well, not everything, but I could see all these things happening in a real life situation, and it just blew my mind because of this portrayal. It's not just a comic book. It was like, oh, this could actually happen type stuff, and I loved that, and I love the movie for it, and I appreciate it. But now we're going to be moving on to the dislikes, and we're going to switch up the route.
Yes, sir. I'm going
okay,
first. Let's
yeah,
get cracking.
they know what I meant.
Anyway, I think my dislike was still the Zazie Beetz thing. The fact that, the fact that it wasn't real. Like that kind of.
It made me sad
because I was rooting for him. I was like, oh yeah, you got that confidence. I see you like, and she's a weirdo. You're a weirdo. Like that's beautiful. And
but in reality, she wasn't a weirdo.
To find out that all that was not even real, it's like, dang, bro, kind of played me for a fool.
Wait, that makes me think. When she said, "Were you following me?" Did she actually know she was following her? We don't even know.
No, never. She probably didn't know he was following her, and that because that interaction never happened. We don't know.
It never happened.
We don't know what happened with that.
She never came to his show.
Yeah, that's crazy. She wasn't there at his show. She didn't go on a date with him. She wasn't there when his mom was in the hospital.
That's so sad. So he was by himself the whole time. He imagined her.
He had to create a whole character. Damn. Whoever told the story is amazing.
That's dark. Oh my god.
It's amazing. But I hate the fact that it wasn't real.
Yeah. Now we're gonna move on to Monty.
Okay. I'm trying to think what exactly I did not like. What stuck out? What makes you go ew? Well,
his ribs.
I don't know.
Yeah. His
ribs.
arms.
But yeah, I'll say why I didn't like maybe it's not really a dislike, but maybe like a nitpick maybe.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's something me and you also, me and the main protagonist share is like a concept like but it's definitely by the end we were just like he still didn't seem like the Joker, you know. So we understand like it's his beginning, his origin, but there's still like a sense of okay, he's still trying to find his way because we were saying like his voice kind of still saying the same stuff like that. Like we he still seemed like the same awkward, clumsy screw up, which is kind of cool because it makes him different from other Jokers. But we feel like we were waiting for that moment where he becomes just that all out.
I thought it was gonna be on the Maury show or the Maury. How am I saying his name? Mario show. Murray show. I thought that's when he was gonna start changing.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
But dislikes, that's a very.
It can be nitpicks.
Yeah,
We won't say dislikes. We'll say this is the nitpick part of this review. Period.
Oh, if this is called nitpicks, I have one more nitpick.
Well, we'll come back to you at the end. Oh my god.
Yeah. The super rats had nothing to do with the story. Yet they're the most.
That was the most memorable part of this movie.
Most memorable part of the movie. Not even the super cat solution, just the super rats.
When you see, wait, I do remember that. When you see the movie, you'll understand. You'll hear nothing but super rats, especially if you've seen this review. Nothing will go out of your mind except for super rats.
But hopefully you've seen it by the time you're watching this video.
Yep.
Unless you don't care about spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay, but you just have to.
Yeah. Alright, my bad, Natan.
Oh, you good. So mine's like a love-hate type thing. So the Joker has mental illnesses.
With the S?
Yeah, so it's multiple ones. The main one is pseudobobar. If I'm saying it wrong, that's my bad. But it's basically like the main laughing when it doesn't match your emotions type thing, right? So I think I've only seen 1 or 2 videos about that mental illness, and so the way Joaquin portrays that is like spot on from what I saw in the videos. which that part cool, acting cool. Like I said, for my life, cool. But overall, how mental illnesses were kind of displayed in the movie kind of messed me up, or it made me upset in some ways, because it really didn't give like a solution to people with mental illnesses in the crowd. It made people with mental illnesses kind of seem like, to me, like the antagonist. The way it was just like, all right, he's got a mental illness, he's gonna start killing people because life just can't work out for him. Like there was almost no
saving him.
Yeah, there was no saving him. He just like ended up destroying everything. Like that was the only way out. But even at that, he still wasn't like saved exactly. Like he's still suffering. So I didn't like that, mainly because I have friends with mental illnesses, and so like talking with them, I don't yeah, it was kind of like a disconnect for me.
I think
that
it's mean because like there's varying degrees of it, like just people with depression and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that could be definitely one. I guess that's an interesting thought. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I was just tagging in because plus you think about it in the context of the movie, it's Gotham City. If you kind of think about it in the comics and movies, basically Arkham Asylum is for the criminally insane. So I guess really everyone's kind of.
Yeah, anyone with a mental illness.
Even Batman, in a certain degree, because he's the homeboy in a bat suit. Some things aren't there.
Yeah. Like in Arkham City, they just put... Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, in Arkham Asylum, everyone with a mental illness is basically a bad guy. And they're all just thrown in this, like, mental hospital jail. Yeah. So I think maybe it's not completely their fault.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like maybe they could have had like
they all had trauma.
I see what you mean, because I know at the very end when he's on the talk show and stuff like that, he's saying like how you treat people like me badly. I guess maybe you feel like maybe they could have maybe made more of a point on that, like you know what I'm saying, like maybe make it more of a message.
Yeah.
If you feeling some way, get help or get medicine. You know what I'm saying? Other than just making like demonizing someone just. Because, it's pretty clear in this movie what happened to him, what's wrong with him, was out of his control.
Yeah.
Because of abuse. So, yeah.
I'm going to say that my nitpick or dislike of this movie would have to be how the ending just had everybody going insane. One person shooting Mari just made everybody, yeah, I'm going to kill people too. That's not how life works. That's not. Half of the population of Gotham City started wreaking havoc. I didn't even see one police officer. What happened? The only police officer I saw were the white people wearing their white at the little Arkham Asylum thing chasing Joker. That was the only people that I looked at in power. And the people that arrested the Joker, that would be the only police. But after that, after the police officer died, no other police officer showed up. Everything else was tragic. Joker started dancing. Everybody was crazy. Whatever happened after that happened.
But you know who benefited from that? Whoever sold those clown masks. Like whoever sold those.
Party City was like, man, we getting sales today. We better keep them coming.
Business is good.
It was the same mask too.
Yeah.
So they were in stock.
Yeah.
They were waiting. They were like, it's not Halloween, but we got them.
They didn't run out like Popeyes.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah. Right, they kept it going.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go.
Let's bring your own mask.
We're gonna. Oh my gosh. BYOM.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get into the part when we discuss our opinions about the story overall, not just one entity of one part, but actually the whole story of itself. And we're gonna start with Monty.
I think story. I think it was a pretty good. So I think it should show because one thing about this movie is it's inspired by a lot of movies from Martin Scorsese, who made movies such as Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy. If you notice, which you see certain elements of that, especially the whole idea of someone wanting to be a comedian and looking up to a specific comedian on a talk show, which is played out a lot of this movie. Because in that movie, King of Comedy, Robert De Niro was the wannabe comedian who has that love for that comedian he wants to be like. So that's in Robert De Niro's in this movie. So it's kind of a good way going full circle. But the story itself, I liked it. It's kind of like one of those, just a slice of life, seeing someone's daily life and seeing things constantly go bad for this person, constantly going bad and getting worse and worse and stuff, constantly going bad for them. Then things start just it's like a tragedy, as the movie says. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He says his life is a comedy, but it really is a tragedy. You're seeing his downfall. You're seeing his literal descent into madness. So I
True.
think that was a good way to see it. So yeah.
Literally everything went down. Everything. He started
Downhill.
learning new things about himself, learning things that weren't true, and then learning those things weren't true, and so on and so
Oh
forth.
yeah, it's something. I'm glad you said that. The thing I like most about the story is there's a lot of ambiguity. Like it's very ambiguous. There you go. There it is. Thank you. That's why it's my co-host. We help each other, but yeah, because there's a lot of stuff. Because the thing about the Joker is he's very unreliable as a narrator. There's always that thing of he likes to tell his past, but likes to be multiple choice. Never really know what he's telling the truth or not. They even play that in The Dark Knight. You know, he started telling how he got his scars, different stories, and that's it. So you learn at the end of it, you say, did this really even happen? Anything happen? Or even the beginning of this movie where he's fantasizing about being on the talk show, that didn't happen. Or everything was Zazie Beetz, that didn't happen. Or everything with his mom, apparently his mom was being delusional and stuff like that. But then again, you see that note at the end with the initials TW on it. She could have done that herself, or maybe she really did have an affair with Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne's just powerful enough to cover it up. So I think there's a lot of stuff you question, or stuff really as it seems in the movie. So I think that's a really interesting factor to think about.
I like that. Yeah. Next, we're gonna let the opinion of main character Natan tell his part.
The story, I loved the story. Just mainly because kind of basically what Monty's saying. I really wasn't sure of this story for maybe 15-20% of the time, and so that's when Zazie Beetz. Yeah, Zazie Beetz. So the whole thing about Zazie Beetz not being there definitely threw me for a loop. And you just saw Joker more and more just get more and more delusional. So you were really never sure of what reality was and what it wasn't. And the movie kind of reminded me of Doctor Strange because there are some camera tilts and things like that reminded me of scenes in Doctor Strange. But then there are also, this shift of reality. Not so much of in Doctor Strange, they didn't do a lot of this wasn't the story the whole time. But there are a lot of fool you parts, kind of like in Doctor Strange. So that reminded me of that. I did also like how, we're basically seeing Joker get, like you guys were saying, get worse and worse. And he takes control of it. And I think that's what separates Batman and Joker. Is Batman takes over and he's like, all right, cool, I'm going to be a hero. The Joker's like, all right, my situation is trash. I'm just going to start murdering people and let's do this. Let's start a riot, everything like that. Without any repercussions, really. He's in the back of the cop car.
Anymore.
Yeah, he's in the back of the cop car for 30 seconds. Then boom, he's free to go.
Yeah.
And then from there, he's just going to keep doing his thing. He's on the train, bow, shot, bow, bow, shot. He's shooting people multiple times and just getting away with it. So I like that we see him take control of his life in a new way. So it wasn't this hero thing, now I'm going to try and help people out and stuff like that. But he's a real villain. He's like, all right, my situation's trash. Let me just take over and do the worst with it. Yeah, do the worst with it. I liked it.
And that's a valid point, and you got me to think why I like the story. So the story to me was choreographed very well in a way that I can see a person going, he already had a mental illness at the beginning, and he was under basically a coverage with taking medications and seeing a therapist and stuff like that. Life was going normal. And then when his whole department got shut down and no one could give him medication and stuff, that's when everything went to hell. And it was absolutely beautiful. Not really, it was a tragedy, but that's when you started seeing, when he first said, I stopped taking my medication, that's when he started seeing things in a crazy way. That's when we started seeing things in the actual way, and he started getting more and more insane and angry at the world. Every tragedy happened to him, anything that you could ever think of probably, and it just got worse and worse. and I just loved it the way it was shown, the way it was portrayed, and how everything came into light. And at the end, we only saw nothing but Joker. Now I'm gonna pass it down to Kane Roller.
I think this story was amazing. It was awesome, and that's it.
Oh my god!
I'm joking.
Ha!
I
What a
think.
Joker.
Yeah.
What a card.
Why? Anyway,
He said
for this story, I think the writer took advantage of the fact that this is a one-shot thing and really took it to a whole nother level. Like how the talk said that he became more delusional. I think he became less delusional and embraced more of who he was. Because I feel like the medicine is what suppressed that. They suppressed thoughts. So I believe he would become more delusional. I think everything became more clear to him and who he was.
Ooh, that's a good way of putting that too.
So I like his. I guess you can call it a descent into insanity, but at the same time, it's a descent into himself. And with the story, I like how everything played in together with the Zazie Beetz thing. How we all thought, oh snap, he got her, he did that, until he showed up in her apartment, and then it all tied back with the flashbacks and everything. I was like, yo, like that shit was crazy. That was amazing. I like that. What else? With this story, the ending was interesting because of spoiler. Obviously, there's a spoiler. The tie into Batman,
Which is beautiful.
The way the writer said, I don't know who the writer is. I kind of wish I knew the name, but the way he set up. I know this is a one shot, so there's no sequel to it. But the way he set up the origin of Batman was beautiful.
So we saw two origins in one. Congratulations.
And you guys are right. I'm still thinking about, was all that even real? Because I understand he's not on his meds anymore, so we don't even know what happened. We don't know. We can't really tell if that's true. As far as I'm concerned, he's probably not even joking. He probably just read a comic and this is all going on in his head.
Just like how Monty said, we don't know his original story. And what if this isn't even his original story? And that's what he's telling us. It's so much going on. This movie showed us so much and it's telling us stories and stories.
It was just a really beautiful story. I'm really glad we got to watch it.
But now we're going to start getting into the meat and potatoes, talking about the actor that starred in this movie and talking about how we feel about him and his cast. I mean, him and his role.
Greatest
and
actor
how he
of all
did.
time. Not really. Let's calm down. But
He's talking to himself.
shout outs to me. But again, Joaquin Phoenix,
Joaquin.
amazing job. I don't think I really knew too much about who he was as an actor. I only know his other work.
Before this role, yeah.
But yeah, he played the shit out of this role. This was amazing. I like that. I don't have any critiques about it.
I don't either. But we're just going to tell our opinions and how we see them. Everything was good. He was casted very, very beautifully. The only thing that me and Monty had a problem with was when he transitioned into his crazy role, that his voice was still not as sinister. It wasn't as intimidating. But that's just a little nitpick.
Yeah.
But everything else, his acting was phenomenal. His laugh, I loved his laugh.
Yeah.
Period. I don't know if anybody else loved his laugh, but I loved it in the context of this movie. And it made me, me hearing his laugh, I was thinking he's going to talk a different way. I don't know why. It sounds like a different person is laughing. And it was great. So now I'm going to pass it down.
All right, so I just looked it up because Kane Roller,
The writer of the movie?
no. What Joaquin's been in. So Joaquin Phoenix was also in the movie Her. I don't know if y'all saw it.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
What?
Gladiator?
So remembering that
my
movie
God.
and then transitioning over to this movie, Joaquin Phoenix does a great job at immersing himself into his roles.
Yeah.
He dedicates 125% into all of his
He's
roles.
had 3 Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
Okay, Wikipedia. Okay. Yeah, but just the fact that he's able to dedicate himself to a role so greatly really just brought this movie on. I don't have critiques. He did a great job. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Monty, any nitpicks?
Not nitpicks, definitely. I would say, like I said before about Joaquin Phoenix, he did good. The whole movie's on his back, acting wise.
Literally.
Yeah, definitely. I know what you mean. You said about how we thought how he played the Joker at the very end with his voice and everything. But I definitely say that was more of the creative choices, the writer, director, more than him. But he did exactly what he did do. He did it good.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of talk. People say he may get nominated. Maybe not. People think he should get nominated for an Oscar for it. But then
We'll vote.
Oh, he should.
We'll vote. But we're about to wrap up this review. I wanted to say that somebody that we went to this movie with did not catch a part of this movie that everybody else caught.
1 out of 5 people who wear glasses are not as smart as they look.
Yes, one person didn't notice that if you watch the movie, didn't notice that Zazie Beetz was not in any of those scenes. He was like, man, Zazie Beetz, I don't even know what happened to her. He was never there. And he was like, man, I don't know why she was acting crazy. That was crazy. I don't even understand what's going on.
He said, man, I don't know why she acted crazy when you walked into the apartment.
But other than that, we didn't have, this movie was amazing. I think we can all agree on that. We all loved it. We came out kind of happy. We also came out nostalgic because of the ending. Everything was good. We have no real dislikes about it. But if anybody has an opinion, you can leave it in the comment section. If you liked our review, push that bell notification and subscribe, or vice versa, because I said that in the wrong order. Anybody else got anything to say?
Shout out to the people who came to see the movie with us. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out.
I almost didn't make it, but I did.
Shout out.
I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the review. Yes.
Shout out. All right, we're done. Peace.
Thanks for watching.
All right.